roam through in the lens.
Madden football is the home of the Super Bowl, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Panthers and the Bengals, all that and more, coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Cincinnati Bengals taking on the champions from the NFC, the Carolina Panthers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The CD, the Bengals, they're back for the second time in 3 years, looking for that first ever Super Bowl title.
Can you believe they're 0-3 in the big game? 2 losses to the Niners in the 80s, 2 really tough ones, and a loss to the Rams in 2022. Their motivation, sky high. They're ready to bring that first title back to Cincinnati.
Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's their third ever Super Bowl appearance in franchise history and looking for that first ever Lombardi Trophy.
They played the Broncos tight in their last appearance, ultimately lost 24-10 in Santa Clara in Super Bowl 50. And prior to that, fell to the Patriots and Tom Brady in Houston. Super Bowl 38, a field goal late in the game got them. They want to set the pace in this one and get their first NFL championship.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And as we know and as we've discussed here in the run-up to this game, this is history in the making. The first rookie quarterback to ever start in a Super Bowl. An absolutely tremendous accomplishment, something no one else has done. But he doesn't want to just go down as the first to make a Super Bowl. He's told us all week he's here to win it.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now, but maybe the better questions. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last lap by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They run with Sanders off the option, and he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. Young now. He completes this one to Mingo. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Now a 2nd and 10. Young off the bootleg, rolling to his right. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chidobe with a pick. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played, and his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. You can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long?
Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. Now inside the 25, Tyler Boyd. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd with a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Bengals take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. A fair catch will move this out to the 25-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. An option handoff given to Sanders. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and short yardage, Young. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Logan Wilson able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Carolina punt team out there led by Johnny Hecker. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he goes out right around the 39. His 2nd catch, this one not quite as dynamic as his first, and it's 2nd down. chase the motion man right. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And for a second straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Here we go. 11 MT, take. Dot.
On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
Now it's Burrow. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Boyd. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. 3rd and 15 coming up after that loss of 2. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Complete. It's Henry. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 5. The play fake, now Young. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. To throw, Young. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. B.J. Hill with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the first quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody, because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it, or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
11.
Burrow will throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
11.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 3 catches for him now in this first quarter of the Super Bowl.
11 mighty.
1st down, here's Burrow. Open man, that's Henry. And he's got this down to the 35. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up.
A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That brings us to the end of one in Super Bowl 58. Much more to come from Las Vegas after this. 7-0 is our score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we are back. Biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, and both teams ready for the start of the second quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Working the middle here, that's complete to Sample, the tight end. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. That is caught. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 4 catches already here in this Super Bowl. He's got another first down. And Burrow going to throw again. And that's too tall for his receiver. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. So, Charles, they had him double covered in the end zone. It still was not enough.
I wonder if they're thinking to themselves now, 2 didn't work. Do we go for 3 guys on him next time? Because he fought through all that extra attention, got himself into a great position where his quarterback felt confident enough to challenge the coverage and threw it his way. What a big-time play right there, both by the quarterback trusting it and by him going up and getting it.
And Raheem Blackshear now to return it. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll try and run forward with Sanders. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And Sanders there with a first down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. 2nd down.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
They go play action. Young. And his throw is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
Young on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 43. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. They go back to the ground with Sanders. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Second down and a yard. On play action, Young. They'll roll him out right. And Sharp calls it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And the Panthers are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Second and goal from inside the 5. Here's Sanders. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Called a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Throwing, Young. He'll buy some time right. Oh, Young loses it. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this.
On 1, ready? 11 MT, 11 MT, 11 Thomas.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. Now Burrow. That's caught one more time by Boyd. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
It connects quickly to Jamar Chase. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Again, it's Burrow. Short pass caught by Henry. 3 catches for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl. It's a first down.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Here we go.
So from Panther territory now, it's first and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. We have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time. Under pressure, they got him again. Henry Anderson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. On third down, Mixon. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here's Brad Robbins now. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Young to throw it. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Young. And that'll be caught downfield by Chenault. And they're into the end zone, but it's not verified yet.
Holding offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. To throw, Young. And that is incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. To the air once more, Young. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Burrow's throw into the hands of Henry here.
If you run an out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now it's Burrow. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Coverage was excellent downfield. I think he was more throwing that football away than anything else.
Yeah, absolutely, because everywhere you looked, they were covered.
Sometimes it's better to go ahead and be convinced that there's no place to fit in the football than to go ahead and force it and turn it into a bad play.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. We saw a strong first half out of the quarterback, Joe Burrow. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes, as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. Both teams making their final adjustments of the season during this long halftime break. Who will claim the Lombardi Trophy? To find out, we go back to Brandon and Charles in Vegas for the second half of Super Bowl 58.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now, because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the fourth quarter, couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
12, 11, 11, 11, 11, mighty. Got.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 7 yards there. Good enough to move the sticks.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. Second down.
1-1, ready? 11, 11, 11.
Here's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Here we go, here we go.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Following the interception, Young. That'll be caught right side, Chenault with it. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. They'll run with Sanders. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Now here's Young. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Let's go now.
Now Young. And he'll be hit pass. He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Young to throw it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. They kept it in the air on 4th, Charles. They ran on 1st and 2nd down, tried it through the air on 3rd and 4th. Couldn't come away with anything on 4th and goal.
And remember, in these situations, the field is really condensed. Everything is squeezed tight. So as a defender, you can actually take more chances here because they won't have as much time to throw the football, and a receiver really can't run past you. If they do, they run out the back of the end zone. Nice job by the D, shutting them down.
2nd down and 3.
11.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He completes it to Boyd. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Burrow to Boyd there for the Cincy first.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. Now a pause for the injury, and that is, yes, Joe Mixon clearly in some discomfort following that last play. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To the air again, Burrow. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. It's fielded at the 45. Shoves him aside, and he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Now a carry for Sanders, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Working his way in there that time, Melvin Ingram to make the stop.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Meanwhile, Young's throw taken in by Chark. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Let's go.
Young now. It's caught by Sanders. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
They certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. His 2nd catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have run.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are on the board here in this Super Bowl.
And that's a step in the right direction. This had the feeling of one of those turning point kind of drives. If you come up empty there, it could be a long road back. But they persevered and hung around, and they closed the gap here in the third quarter with their first touchdown of the game.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll hand it off here. This is Mixon. And he stopped immediately there. Big Derek Brown making the stop. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit. I would dare say that these guys would have liked to have given their defense a little bit more rest since they gave up a touchdown their last time out. But alas, my man, that's not going to happen.
Yep, they're going to have to grab those helmets, get right back out there. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now the Panthers and Miles Sanders headed out for another drive. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And this is going to be a Panthers 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball.
And he cannot get away, and Young will go down. Miles Murphy, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls. But only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Young going to get this complete, meanwhile to Sanders. And he'll get up to the yards. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Here's Johnny Hekker now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And a a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Open man is Chase, complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go. 11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Here's Higgins out of the right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
11, empty.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Von Bell up to make the tackle.
Here we go. Here we go.
We are through 3 quarters of play here from Allegiant Stadium in Super Bowl 58. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And there's just 1 quarter that remains in this edition of the biggest game of the year, the Super Bowl, as we get set for the 4th quarter.
12. 11, empty. 11, Thomas. 12.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Pressure again, and down he goes again. Yetur Gross-Matos providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. The Bengals bring out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And we're at the time in this Super Bowl where, look, they need points. And they need them badly. Trailing here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Young. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Young will set to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Ready to go on offense, out come the Bengals. And the tension ratcheting up all around. A 1-score game. 4th quarter of the Super Bowl. This is what you folks came for. Every play with the potential to win or lose a title as they look to drain some time off this clock. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. Throw left side. incomplete. That's Henry. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And this complete to Henry over the middle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. But right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally. Now it's Burrow. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Bengals are starting to pull away in the 4th quarter of this Super Bowl. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a first down throw for Young. Escaping the pressure right. Open man downfield is Sanders. He's got him. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Sanders. 81 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Sanders again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They go play action. Young eluding the pressure right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Bryce Young, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. T. Higgins leading the Cincinnati receiving corps out for this upcoming series. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
As over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Second and 10 now, Burrow. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trip to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. So now Young and the Panthers down 24-17, 2:22 on the clock. Deuces wild. And they have to have a touchdown to level this Super Bowl as they come up on 1st down. The Sanders has got it complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They got to go thank the guys on D.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Young. And once again, this is Sanders. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save the timeout.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are in the field?
Here's Young. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they know anything less than a touchdown here at this late stage is going to be no good. They were going for it all right there, but it was just too hard to adjust to that one in the air, and it winds up incomplete.
And here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Young's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chanel. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
And remember, field goal does him no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. This is 1st and 10. Now Young. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And remember now, a field goal does you no good. This is touchdown or bust territory. So they took a late shot for the end zone, but the defense, as they've been all game long, up to the task.
That is taken in by Hurst.
I'm a little surprised right here. They got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Here's first and goal. Young takes it on the sneak, and he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One last shot for Young, and it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock, and an extra point will send us to OT. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. That's caught, and he's got it. It's caught. What a call with no time remaining. And with that, 2 points, they win the game. That's it. It's all over. And the Carolina Panthers are your Super Bowl champions. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the that's got to be an incredible feeling because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.